to tell you some things. It's going to sound a little complicated. Pay attention. It's going to be a little complicated. A lot of it's probably stuff you've never heard. That's why if you put it in your journal, put it on your phone, this is exactly what you want to think about, especially as you get older. I know it's tough for some of you that are younger because you're still trying to figure out how to toss the ball and get into power position and do all these other things. And a lot of times what happens, and I've talked about this many, many times, a lot of times what happens, people, whether it be mom or dad or the coach or whatever, they're always telling you got to toss it higher or keep your arm up or your head up or bend your knees more or get into trophy position. All that stuff is important, okay? Those are smaller pieces of the puzzle, even though they're very important. But pay attention. What this is all about, okay? And any great server, Sampras, Roddy, anybody back in time, if they tell you what's the most important thing on the serve, okay? They're all going to say the same thing. How you use your legs, especially the back leg, okay, and synchronize it to the swing. Okay, I know for some of you, even what I said there is a little complicated. Everybody watch. I'm going to demonstrate exactly what I'm talking about. When you guys serve the ball, forget how you start. We talked about that. Forget if you do pinpoint or forget if you do platform. All the other things I just said, where to toss the ball, shoulder, shoulder, elbow, the trophy position, cocking phase, loading phase, power position, whatever you want to call it. When you do this, okay, the weight is going to hit the back foot, okay, and there's a lot of people who tell you your weight should be on your front foot, okay, they're wrong, okay, there's at least 70% of the weight when you load the system goes onto the back leg, okay, that's a fact. Now, the key, and this is what I want everybody to understand, the art of the deal, how this should be done, is how you coordinate this to the racket. The legs coming up, okay, to make the racket go faster, okay? If you even listen, I think there's something on YouTube from Roddy, okay? It's all how you time it from the ground up. That's the key. So people are telling you use your legs more and you've already got your weight for it. There's all these things that are pretty much a symptom. But the leader in the clubhouse is all how you time your legs to come up at the right time with the racket. And I know that's very, very complicated because there's a lot of kids here that are younger and you hadn't even got into A, B, C, and D. And I'm telling you the icing on the cake. Because if you look at the serves out there, okay, there's just many different things going on. Now here's what's going to happen. If you do this and my legs drive at the right time, what's going to happen also, the racket is going to stay more on this side of the body and will never really go that past the middle of your skull and will stay by this shoulder blade. Look at my swing. Look where the racket is, okay? Look where the racket is. My legs are coming up. It's what we call counterintuitive. My legs come up and it makes the racket go in. Now look at my swing. My swing is where? On this side of my body. It's on this side. Everybody here, except maybe a couple people, they probably go like this. Not only do they do the leg thing wrong, the racket's on the other side of the head and down before you even start driving. The problem is the human eye can't see this. And 99% of the people probably that are helping you, they're not really looking at this. But from a science point of view, this is the key, the serve. So if any of the parents, you're watching your kid serve and you see the racket over there, there's already things that are wrong. But it happens so quickly, you just can't see it. See, your arm is twice as long. Well, they're the same, but with the racket, they're twice as long. So when you take the racket back, because everybody's saying be smooth, good tip. Be relaxed, good tip. Okay, have a rhythm, good tip. But the racket is what we call leaks. The racket goes in before the legs go up. And it's the exact opposite that should happen. The legs come up and it makes the racket go in. And as a byproduct of that, the racket ends up on this side. So that's why generally speaking, you see someone like a Rabakina or a Sabalenka or almost all the guys, their stroke, their serve looks different. Now you guys and commentators will just say, oh, it's better. I'm not talking better, that's the end result. It looks different. Or some people, their serve looks more complicated. Because it is. There's too much going on. But the number one thing is this, and there's something on YouTube I did, this exercise is gold. You should start like this and just drive your leg, turn your hip and your shoulder. Look where my racket ends up. Look, I've already exploded up. I'm not jumping. I've already turned my hip and turned my shoulder. Look where the racket is. It's going to go down the back and then it's going to exit out and then I'm already set. And it's the hardest thing for everybody to understand, especially young kids. Now, if you throw a ball, okay, if you throw a ball, and I did this yesterday with someone, when you throw a ball, David, when you throw a ball, what go ahead and stand up. Throw a ball to, no, not that way, throw it. Not that way. Okay. What moved first? Anybody? What moved first?